welcome to the weekly video. So firstly, just going to take a quick recap of what we've seen this week and then a look ahead to next week and the key events going forward. So firstly then, just taking a quick recap of what's happened this week, and we did note that there's a lot of decline in volume, so a lot of markets closed on Monday and Tuesday due to Hurricane Sandy. So we did see the NYSE and Nasdaq both closed over in the US, and that sort of did filter into the rest of the week, so pretty low volumes throughout the whole session, but all leading up to the headline bit of data today, which was the US non-farm payrolls. That beat expectations to come in at 171,000, so Street was looking for 125,000. Unemployment rate was in line with expectations, a slight rebound from the previous, that was largely as expected. So we did see some strength coming into US equity futures, a fall there in treasuries, as you would see usually from a good headline beat. However, we have paired most of these moves now, actually trading slightly down in terms of the US major bourses, and that's just due to several factors. So notably just a bit of squaring of positions heading into the US presidential elections next week. Also, a bit of dampening of expectations of a possible large-scale asset buys from the Federal Reserve in December, so there was some pricing in of an expectation of unwinding of Operation Twist, so continuing to buy in the long end and stop the sales in the short end, so that just being squashed there. But that's the main data this week really, just the US non-farm payroll. So then looking ahead to next week and the key events. So the key events next week will be that US presidential election, which is taking place on Tuesday. So with that strong jobs report we saw today, giving a bit of case towards Obama. He is slightly ahead in the polls, although it's pretty neck and neck, so it'll be quite interesting to see that. There's been some speculation that a Romney win would actually be positive for stocks, so it could be interesting to see the results, especially the Wall Street opening bell following that presidential election. But apart from that as well, we have Greece. They've got a parliamentary vote on their austerity measures, so that's needed in order for them to receive their next aid of tranche, so that'll be quite important. In Europe, we've also got the ECB rate decision expected to remain on hold. However, there was an analyst piece this week suggesting they could cut the deposit rate into negative territory by 25 basis points. I've seen some interesting Euribor option flow ahead of that, some speculation that they could do that, so it'll be interesting to see whether that's kept unchanged. We've also got the Bank of England, again quite a lot of hype around this, so we have seen the ending of their QE programme. Originally there was a forecast for a boost in their asset purchase target by around 50 billion sterling. This is now for a consensus of unchanged, but it'll be interesting to see whether they do indeed hike and continue to buy assets. So they're the main points for next week, but I hope you've had a great weekend. Look forward to next week, should be quite exciting. In the meantime, have yourself a great weekend.